Hey everybody, after a very long wait, Tom finally got an email today that he has been looking forward to for a very long time, so I thought we would share it with you guys together.
Yeah, after almost a 2-year wait, I finally got the email to configure our Tesla Model 3. It's ready to order. And we actually put the reservation in April of 2015, even longer than we've had our other Tesla Model S, which you've probably seen in one of Mike's videos.
A few of them, right?
A few of the
We've done some
videos.
like Candy in the Car reviews and so
Couple,
forth.
yeah.
Love that car, it's great. But it's not our first electric vehicle, is it?
No, we've had the Tesla's our fourth electric car. Our first one was a Smart electric drive, which we picked up in 2013
We bought that in Manhattan, right?
in Manhattan. Yeah, it was a lease deal, and with all the tax incentives, it was pretty much free. And then we got the BMW i3. I got an orange one at first,
And that one came from where?
and that came from Roswell, Georgia, a local
Oh, okay.
BMW dealer.
Right.
And then because the tax incentives were so good, and I was able to find a good deal, we got another one on a lease for Mike, which actually became my car also. And that one came from Patrick BMW in Schaumburg, Illinois. And I negotiated all that over email and did all the paperwork, and then they just shipped it down to us, right? And those were just short-term leases, really to take advantage of the discounts and the federal tax incentive and our state tax incentive. And they were really good cars. It really changed my thinking of what I'd want in a car. Because I used to like big V8 engines and big, fast, heavy cars, But once we got our first electric car, I stopped driving our gas cars because I just didn't like it anymore. And, especially with electric, you can plug in at home, and every day it's fully charged. So you don't have to ever go to the gas station. I don't miss the gas station at all.
Well, you didn't really talk about our Model S purchase, though. We also purchased that up north.
Yeah, yeah. So, with normal electric cars, it's very difficult to go long distances. And I happened, to go into the Tesla showroom just to see what they might have and to see if they might have any good used cars that we might look at. So let me tell you right now, I should never go into into any kind of car showroom because I always walk out with something. I just have to have it. And usually with Tesla, you put an order in on the website and then you wait a couple weeks or a couple months for your car to be built if you're ordering a new car. And then they'll deliver it to your house or deliver it to wherever. But they have a couple inventory cars, what they call inventory cars, that were used in the showroom or for test drives. And that's how we ended up with the car that we have. I went to go look at a used one, but they said, oh, we have this inventory car available. Oh, and can you pick it up in 3 days? Oh, and it's in New Jersey, and we live in Georgia. So luckily I was on vacation over between Christmas and New Year. So we decided to go for it. And New Year's Eve, right? Yeah, New Year's Eve, we flew up to New York, and we went to the New Jersey Tesla store to pick up our inventory car. And we did it on December 31st, which is the last day of 2016, and the last day to take advantage of the tax incentive for that year.
It was supposedly the last day for the free supercharging, right?
Yeah. At the time, they were doing a deal where any Model S or Model X owner could get free supercharging until December 31st. But as you know, right after we got it, they extended that to, I think, January 15th, and then they kept extending it further and further. So still you can get a Model S with free supercharging if you have a referral from an existing owner. And lots of owners are willing to give out their referral link because you get prizes as you have more referrals.
If anybody wants to buy a Tesla, let us know.
Oh yeah, we'll put our referral link in the description below if you're getting a Model S or an X. But I've been talking about it for the year since we had the car. I've only had one person use a referral link, but I guess it's better than none. I guess, right?
Well, for people wwho were listening and didn't know what a supercharger network is, why don't you explain that?
Yeah. So with regular electric cars, you have to get to charging stations, but they're not owned by that car company, right? So they're just like gas stations. They're all individually owned. Well, Tesla is a little different. They spent the time and the money to create what they call superchargers all across the country. And they're spaced about 100 to 150 miles apart. And it allows their cars, only Teslas, to go from one charger to the next, recharging the battery about over 100 miles in half an hour. So it really enables long distance travel. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to pick up the car easily from New Jersey and bring it to Atlanta in a 2-day trip. It just probably would have been impossible because there aren't that many electric car chargers right now.
We've taken a number of long distance trips since then, right? We've gone to Florida and to Illinois.
Yeah, we went to Florida twice, and this just a couple weeks ago we went to Illinois. The first time we've driven an electric car in the winter for Christmas.
That was fun. And it is all electric. I mean, there's no gas at all. We are pretty much completely reliant on that supercharger network, but it really is quite convenient.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, if depending, I guess, on your different battery sizes is how often you're going to have to stop. But the stops are pretty conveniently located along the interstate, so you just pull over, charge real quick, and be on your way.
And a lot of times they're located in shopping centers or at least places where you can go and use the restroom, where you would normally stop, where we would normally stop anyways. Because I like to say the car might have a 200 or 300 mile range, but we have 150 mile bladders and can only go for like 2 hours without stopping.
Right, so I think perhaps we've bored people enough. You want to go ahead and dive right into ordering the process?
Okay,
the process of ordering.
So I go ahead and open up the email. Here's the email. Should we get started?
Let's get started.
Okay. So I went ahead and already opened up the link. So there, for the initial rollout, Tesla is producing what they call first production cars. And those cars have a bigger battery. And the premium upgrade already bundled in. This allows them to make just one configuration with different colors and different wheels. And if we wanted to wait, we could get what they call a standard battery. And the standard battery has a 220 mile range, where the long range battery has a 310 mile range, EPA estimated range.
Didn't they just say they were pushing back some production times?
Yeah, they missed their original production estimates for this last quarter and pushing it back. So I was really surprised that we got this email today to configure.
Which means we better get our order in quick before everyone else.
Oh, I know. A lot of people on Facebook already put in their orders. So we waited so we can record this at home. But once we put in an order, it says delivery in 4 weeks. So hopefully in a month from now, you'll be seeing our pickup video. So let's click the Get Started button. Okay.
So it says this one has keyless entry. That's different from our S now, right? I mean, we have a keyless entry too, but they have a different system.
We have keyless entry, yeah. So the Model 3, and basically all Teslas are computers on wheels. The keyless entry for the Model 3 is very different than any other car you've ever seen. It uses the Tesla app on your phone and Bluetooth to unlock the car door and to be able to start it up and drive away. As a backup, you have a RFID key card, which is like a credit card sized card that you just keep in your wallet in case you don't have your phone with you, or in case for whatever reason you can't use your phone. So that's a big change. It actually doesn't even ship with a traditional car key. Just like a computer, it has a 15-inch touchscreen, and that's the main interface for it. Along the touchscreen, you have Wi-Fi and LTE, and while you're driving around, it actually uses the cellular LTE connection, just like your phone, to give you Google Maps for navigation and for your streaming music. The premium upgrades, we can zoom in here. You see the premium upgrades add leather seats, this extra trim around the console, this glass roof here, heated seats and power seats, and a power steering wheel, and some other things I'm forgetting, I'm sure.
You can see in this picture, it only has that one screen in
Right.
the middle.
The 15-inch touchscreen in the middle.
And you'll notice it doesn't have any sort of like dash odometers or anything like
Right,
that. It's
on here.
all just on that middle screen.
Yeah, it's all in the middle screen. Also, you'll notice there are no air vents, and there's actually one long air vent.
I didn't
Right.
notice that
Yeah.
until just now.
Yeah, there's just one long air vent right here
Hmm.
with moving on the mouse.
Not sure how I feel about that.
Oh, and the other neat thing is you control the air vents with the touchscreen also. There are no little louvers that you have to move. It's all electric.
And we're pretty much basing our whole opinion on the car on photographs and other people's
Photos
reviews. I mean,
and
this is not a
videos.
car we've ever even seen in person.
I've not seen it. We've not seen it in person. We've never driven it. So we'll see how it goes.
And you can't really, right? I mean, they're not in the Tesla stores.
They're not in the stores at all. And there's a one person, one owner who's been driving their car around the country showing people, but we weren't able to go when he passed through Atlanta last week. So we're just going
Keep
by the
our
reviews.
fingers crossed.
I'm sure it'll be good. Everybody says it's great. So, but it's a lot of money to spend on something that you've never seen in person and never test driven.
But, you know,
So-
it's not the first car we've bought sight unseen. I mean,
Well, we've test driven the cars first.
that's true.
But I guess we didn't test drive. Oh yeah, we did. We test drove all a smart car too, but not the actual car that we got.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. moving
Anyways, now we're going to configure the color and the wheels, and we've already talked about it. We're going to pick the silver car, right?
on. I believe we are.
And
Now, the
then-
silver is an extra charge, right? The only
Yeah, the only
the only color you could get for free.
is black. Mhm. And then we're also going to pick the upgraded wheels.
The black would look nice, I think, but
I don't know.
it would be so hard to keep clean.
Here's black.
I don't like to wash my cars.
Yeah, I wash all the cars usually.
So we've had silver cars in the past and always had good luck with them. They don't show water stains or dirt as much.
Or scratches. We actually had one silver car where someone stole the cover of our mirror, and we got a replacement, and it was just the primer color, which is a gray. And we put it on, and nobody could ever tell that it wasn't painted.
It coordinated
It just
so
kind
well,
of blended
right?
in. Yeah. Mhm. So we're gonna go with silver for this one.
And what's the difference between the wheels? Just the styling?
Well, the standard wheels are black with a plastic cover. They call it an aero wheel. And it actually improves your range by 10%. And they're 18 inches, where the upgraded sport wheels, I think, look nicer and look more like traditional Tesla wheels. And I think they're wider too, but I'm not sure.
Why don't you click on the other colors so people could see
Okay.
what they look like too?
So let's look at, this is the Midnight Silver Metallic, which is the same color as what we have now.
I think it looks a lot better in person than it does on the screen there.
Yeah, it's hard to tell on the screen. And here's the red. We would never get a red car.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Looks pretty though.
Mike has had a red car, and actually our BMW was orange, which is almost red, but not really.
I liked my orange car. It was my pumpkin car.
It was actually my car, but then I got a different color that I like better. Here's blue. I really like the blue. The blue looks really nice in pictures and everything too. But I'm not sure. We're going to play it safe. I also really like white. So our second BMW i3 was white, and that's the one that I stole from Mike, from getting a car. So this is probably going to be Mike's first brand new car, right?
Pretty much.
We'll see. Silver. Okay. Ready? So autopilot will keep the car in the lane and maintain the speed for you. And if a car is in front of you, it'll slow down or speed up based on traffic and other cars around. Enhanced autopilot, which you see on the screen, is a new version of autopilot with additional cameras and better software. We're going to select that option. So you can select it now, or you can pay additional in the future and activate it anytime you want. Full self-driving, which we're not going to get today, is enhancements to the autopilot that will actually let the car drive completely without any human intervention, right? So the example that they gave was if you have an appointment in your calendar with an address and the car knows that you're going to go there next, it will pull out of the garage, meet you at your front door, and then once you get in, without telling it anything, it will take you to your appointment and drop you off and then go find a parking space. And that's what full self-driving is supposed to do. But right now, the laws for driving, they don't allow that right now, right? And who knows when that's going to be allowed. Plus, the software is just not ready. But like like any Tesla, they send software updates over your Wi-Fi or cellular connection. So if that function gets created in the future, we might purchase it, but we'll see. I think will most likely be on the next car before we purchase that. So click next. So now payment. I already have my credit card on the Tesla account, and so when we click order, they'll charge a $2,500 deposit, which is non-refundable. And then we'll get our car in about 4 weeks. You can see all the numbers there. Should I click it?
Go for it.
Here you go. Okay, register for delivery.
Approved.
Let's see. So this is our delivery address.
Well, we don't want to show that, right?
Well, I'll blur that out.
Okay.
Right? Our location, delivery location, so it'll probably be Decatur. The Decatur Tesla store in Atlanta.
Do they deliver pretty much to any of the Tesla stores?
Any Tesla store, yeah, you can pick it up at. We're going to do a loan, probably. I think I can change it later. Are we going to do a trade-in?
No.
You sure? I think we'll say yes and think about it. If we want to trade in a convertible. We can always change our mind. Ooh. Oh, our address. So with this screen, we'll have to enter some more information, basically our insurance, our loan details, and things like that. And then they'll schedule the date for our delivery. It's pretty simple. Click, click, click. Here's a car.
So how do you check the status?
You can check on the site. You just log back in. But really, they're very bad at that. They're giving you status. And that'll tell us when the car is going to be ready for delivery.
Okay.
Once you put in your order, Tesla is notorious for not knowing anything until the car's there. So.
I'm a little surprised there's no congratulations screen. You just made a
big giant purchase.
So, all right.
Okay.
Well, I guess that's it then, huh?
That's it. We'll give you an update in 4 weeks when the car is delivered, I guess.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys.